Om.
Let's feel.
So, Ratnaka, please enlighten us with the latest information on the Global Trust. I think many people here are anxious to hear about new developments, and that's why we're having this meeting. So the stage is...
Offering my most humble and prayerful salutations at the divine lotus feet of our beloved Master, Bhagavan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. Dear brothers and sisters, very loving Sairam to each one of you. Greetings from Prashanti Nilayam, and hope and pray that you're all doing well. Last 1.5 years, due to pandemic, all of us are not able to meet here. Ashram is closed for almost last March 2020 onwards. We are closed here. We had a first wave, and now India is going through the second wave. This time it has been a bit harsh. In and around Prashanti Nilayam and Puttaparthi, we had almost 800 cases. So even now we have over 600 cases. And Sathya Sai Central Trust, Sathya Sai Organization India has been extending all the support for COVID relief work. We have a 250-bedded hospital running in Sri Sathya Sai Super Specialty Hospital for COVID alone. But this time, it's a little bit more than what expected, and the numbers were a little overwhelming this time. So it has been a bit stressful month in the last 4 weeks. But by Baba's grace, by and large, all are doing well. Of course, we lost a couple of people who are working in ashram and working in our institutes. We just pray for them, and whatever within our means we could do it, but a lot of them have recovered, and there are a few within the ashram also have tested positive, but they're doing well. But the ashram is closed, and we feel very, very lonely, and that, people, devotees from all over the world keep coming here. It's a joyful place of Prashanti. So we miss you all. Actually, we miss you all here, and it's been a very long time. Maybe Swami knows the reason why he has given us such a big break, and we are just praying every day, fervently praying to him to bring back all his children to Prashanti Nilayam, so that we all feel the vibration and energy and the joy of Prashanti. Because Prashanti is always a most energetic and vibrant place, and today we miss all that divine festivity. To continue this beautiful mission which our beloved Lord Bhagavan started it. Swami had started Sri Sathya Sai Central Trust, Sri Sathya Sai Organization India, and Sri Sathya Sai International Organization. And Swami always wanted that these organizations, these beautiful branches of his mission, work together in unity, work together like brothers and sisters, and take his mission globally, so that everybody benefits out of these beautiful teachings of Swami. 2011, when Baba attained Mahasamadhi, a lot of us were very apprehensive on how we are going to go ahead. Because till 2011, we had Swami's physical presence. For any issue, for any doubt, any problem we faced, we could go to him and seek his guidance, seek his blessing, seek his direction. But after 2011, that was missing for all of us. During such time, there was a small issue in an international organization. Dr. Michael Goldstein was chairman of Prashanti Council and chairman of also World Foundation. Baba had appointed him in 2003 as a chairman of Prashanti Council and 2006 as a chairman of World Foundation. But 2011, there were small misunderstandings and suggestions were there which were saying that Dr. Goldstein need not be heading the both institutions. So there were some misunderstandings coming forth, and the Prashanti Council wrote to Satya Sai Central Trust saying that we have certain issues in the international organization. Please, we request you to intervene and stabilize the Satya Sai International Organization, for otherwise it will have an uncertain future. So we took upon ourselves and we stepped into this, and we talked to the various stakeholders. And during that time, we tried to talk to various people, but each one had their own very strong point of view. That's the time when all of us were going through a kind of depression because we had lost Bhagavan, and very soon these things were cropping up, and we were not very ready to deal with this kind of situation. In fact, at one point in time, I wrote to all the people who are on the board of trustees and who are discussing about this, saying that it's too early for us to intervene or change anything in any of the organizations, because Bhagavan has just left us. Let us keep it going for a while, at least 1 year. Let us give a time. Let things settle, then we will think of it. That was a letter which I had written. But because the international organization had presented a very a difficult situation that they are going through, they said, no, we cannot postpone, but otherwise things may go out of hand, and this is the right time to, we need to intervene, or because they are requesting us to do that. So the discussions went on, and everybody was sticking to their own point of view. Then subsequently, Dr. Michael Goldstein resigned, and we suggested that Dr. Narendra Nath Reddy be made a chairman of Prashanti Council. That's how in all these talks, we reached a kind of settlement, and then in November 2011, it was announced that Dr. Narendra Nath Reddy will be the chairman. I've seen, I had circulated a document earlier also to all of them. I do not know how many of you have received it. I understand many of you are not having those documents which I had written. Anyway, that is the background on which how we are connected to international organization and what happened in 2011. After Baba's Mahasamadhi, it is Dr. Goldstein had, in fact, he had even written a letter saying that the Puttaparthi Prashant Nilayam is a headquarter, and Central Trust should be a sort of overseeing the entire mission of Bhagavan, and all of us should keep discussing and ways of taking it forward. So for anything, we can have a very mutual discussion, and a brotherly discussion is very important. We all expected that to go on, but that did not happen. Meanwhile, our attention was diverted for one more unfortunate incident of Mudanahalli team coming up. 2014 onwards, they started coming in, and they disturbed everybody in Sai mission all over the world. And we found that they were, they were having more travel, and they were affecting international organization more than the Indian organization, because they were going from country to country. They were, going into splitting people and going to the centers, and a lot of division happened. And we know what was going through the people of Sai devotees that time, because it was not a pleasant thing, but there's one side they're claiming that Bhagavan is with them and Bhagavan is talking to them. Who doesn't want to connect to Bhagavan? So they chose a very opportune time to tell all this, because we were all depressed and we wanted to somewhere listen to Bhagavan, listen to Swami. We were missing him. So they chose this time to, sort of play on our emotions. So they went about and they were doing that. We were, many a time we were cautioned and said, please do something in international organization. Unfortunately, a international organization stayed very passive. Just few statements here and there that Prashanti Nilayam is our Makkah, our Medina, our Jerusalem. That kind of a talk was there, but they were not acting the way it should have been taken up. Anyhow, that deviation happened, and recently we were all discussing about how to strengthen Sai mission. In fact, Sri Satya Sai Central Trust, having a headquarter, and this is a place of avatar, we are concerned and we are very, very worried about how things should be taken in the future, so that Sai mission will go on, because Sai mission is very important for humanity. The love, the service which Baba has given to all of us, the teachings, it should be given to everybody, irrespective of their nationality, irrespective of their religion, irrespective of who they are. The love and service is required for every human being or every living being on this planet. So, and Baba has given these beautiful values, teachings of love and service. Because he said, love all, serve all. What a beautiful, simple statement, but it's very profound. If we can just live those two things, believe me, we will come to face with God. That is the power of that simple mantra, that is simple teaching which Baba has given. But unfortunately, what we noticed is that when somebody is really going out and creating a rift in the international organization, the leadership stayed passive and did not do much. And whenever the international organization people come to Prashanti Nilayam, somehow there is a sort of unwritten rule that they should not contact anybody in Prashanti Nilayam. They should not meet the trustees. They should not go and meet people here who are in administration, things like that. We used to puzzle why it is being done. Whenever we call, I meet a lot of people in a Kulwant Hall. I meet people in Prashanti, they come here, their programs are being done. We ask them, why don't you come drop into office and let us see what is, just exchange some few ideas. But they will hesitate to come, they wouldn't come. And many a time I have probed with them, what is that hesitation? Have we done anything which is making you go away? So that we also want to know if there is any problem, we will change. If we are doing something which is not acceptable to you, we will change it. Maybe inadvertently, not knowingly, we may be causing you some discomfort. If we know that, we will remove that discomfort. That is what our earnest desire and effort was to do that. Then no news, they wouldn't come. But many times I see office bearers, they say we will come, but they don't drop in. So couple of times, some very senior old devotees, I've said, please come along with me, and I've discussed with them. They say no. Some of the zone chairs and senior officers, they say no. We are told not to interact or not to deal with the trustees, and we'll be questioned very regularly if by chance. See, it is very interesting that in Prashanti Nilayam we come across international devotees more than the international leadership itself. Because people come here, Prashanti Nilayam, because people from California may not be coming all the time. They are not here throughout the year. So they come for a festival, maybe Mr. Reddy will be here for a birthday, Guru Purnima, but the rest of the time they are not here. But the devotees keep coming. So we have an interaction with them, and they have very positive interaction. So when we ask them, they say, we have an issue. They say, do not talk to them. In fact, all of our trustees have mulled over it and said many times we try to talk to them. In fact, Mr. Chakravarti has been secretary of Satya Sai Central Trust for a very long time, maybe 15, 16 years. He's been with Swami for 35 years, very learned man, is an Indian administrative officer, very, very respected person. And he also feels when, as long as Bhagavan was in form until 2011, people used to queue outside his, because he was a secretary, people come here to convey that to Swami or give this letter to Swami and things like that, take an instruction. But after that, they stopped coming because they were being told not to meet. And we were observing over a period of time that whenever Guru Purnima, birthday, Shivratri, if by chance they come here, all of them are held up for a meeting from morning almost 10 to evening 8 o'clock, and all of them, they don't get to see us, they don't get to meet us. They come for bhajan and they say 10 o'clock we have a meeting here. They all come here and start having a meeting till evening 8:39. And after 3 days or 4 days of time, they all say, okay, we are leaving now, and they go away. We don't have any chance of interaction. They are not perhaps given an opportunity to meet us, or they are asked to not to meet us. So this kind of a conscious effort to keep them away from the trust, keep them away from the Prashanti administration, we observed it over a period of time. That was not very welcoming because any organization should have mutual trust. If there is a mutual distrust amongst our own brothers, kith and kin, that family cannot progress. So we found that there is a need for us to connect everybody into one umbrella. And we were saying we need not rush into that. We mulled over it, did our homework, we thought through that, and said, first thing and foremost, what we need to do is, what is that Swami has instructed, or what is his instruction about this? Is there anything which we need to, because we don't want to flout anything that Swami has said. So we did little homework, and we found a lot of places where Swami is very, very clearly instructing that all the organizations should be connected. They should have a unity. They should all be like a brothers. They are all children of Sai. Swami will be very happy when all the children together work. so many discourses we found. I heard them, and I used to talk to Chakravarti sir. Sir, Swami has very clearly said like this. Why haven't we done? Why we haven't connected everybody? So they said, yes, let us plan and do something. And that's how, under the direction of whatever directions, to fulfill the directions of whatever Bhagavan has said. In fact, many times we were saying we have already done, already delayed it. If at all anybody has to blame us, they should only ask us why we haven't done so far. It is not why we are doing it. If at all Satya Sai Central Trust has to be blamed, we have to be blamed for not doing it early. Because see, the sequence of events, because the moment 2011 Baba left his body, almost 3-4 years we needed, we needed to stabilize the whole thing. Till 2015, we were also very, you all should know that Swami was the sole trustee of Satya Sai Central Trust, and everyone in Sai Mission, Sai organizations, Satya Sai Central Trust, including a cook in a canteen, felt that their boss was Swami and they should only report to Swami. They were working for Swami. It's a very enlightening feeling that, that we are working for Swami, which propelled everybody to work together with selflessly, which gave a lot of energy for each person to work work this work in Prashanti, even if it means a little extra work, extra hard work for them, because they all gave their heart and soul to Bhagavan. So they all were saying, they were all feeling that they report only to Swami. So after Mahasamadhi, then obviously Satya Sai Central Trust could not fill it up, or because that's the human beings who are in the part of trust. See, Swami and Avatar was earlier, they were seeing him as their boss. Now suddenly a group of human beings who are like anyone are in the trust. So it took some time for them, and we had, in fact, we had almost 2-3 years to take and understand the working of the trust. Because till then, nobody asked any question, nobody had any, because Baba's time, everything was going on, and Baba gave instruction, it got carried out. But now we need to build a procedure, we need to do, because human beings are taking decisions. So we need to put in a mechanism of how to take the decision. Because when Baba said something, it just happened, and that was the final decision. Nobody, we always believed and trusted that when Baba said, that is a divine dictate. He was infallible. But we are human beings. We have our own shortcomings. So we all need to meet together. And how do we take decisions? So it took some time for us to convince our people that there is a decision-making process. We all have to abide by this, the processes, everybody to understand, because a lot of them took a long time to come out of this depression of losing Swami's physical presence. Because he was so charming. His presence was so beautiful. People are used to it. People are, people saw him, felt very energetic. When the Swami smiled, the entire Kulwant hall got lighted up. So that is the kind of magnetism which Baba had, and that's the power of divine which that Supreme Soul had it. But we now suddenly, there's a big vacuum, and human beings are taking decisions. So we also don't know whether how to handle a situation. All our devotees, all our people who have dedicated their lives to Swami, and everybody, we can't give any decision or instruction and order like that. We have to be very careful. So it took for all of us to adjust to things, and the hospitals were there, schools are there, universities are there. We have many water projects and several charity projects. So we need to tread our path very slowly and very carefully, so that we don't trample or we don't hurt anybody in the process. Because everybody had a deep love for Bhagavan. though they did not understand that, in the very beginning that trust will be the decision-making body. But finally, slowly, that sunk in that an institution is built by Swami, and this has to be the one which will be holding, or the legacy of Bhagavan will be furthered, and it will be taken care by Central Trust. So that's how it took some time for everybody to settle, and by then we had one more problem of Mudunahalli coming in. So we had a completely, then we are still facing that problem, but by Swami's grace, we are growing from strength to strength. It says when you want to outwit somebody, a smaller line, you have to draw a bigger line next to it, it becomes smaller. So we all said, okay, let us grow in our strength. Swami, God, Avatar himself is our background. Why not we work on that? So we have consolidated, we have been moving about it. In the whole process, the Central Trust felt that it is very important that we unite Satya Sai Central Trust, Satya Sai Organization India, Satya Sai International Organization, as directed by Bhagavan. So that is the whole genesis, or whole idea behind Satya Sai Global Council. Then when that thought came and we were mulling, somebody, one of our trustees, being a very very renowned advocate in Supreme Court, Mr. Naganand, he drafted, he, Chakravarti sir, all of us, we drafted a concept note, and then it was on 16th of November, he sent it to Dr. Narendra Reddy and Nimish Pandya about our intention of having a global council, and how we want to connect to Prashanti Nilayam, in which Satya Sai Central Trust, Satya Sai Organization India, Satya Sai Organization International, all will be connected. The representatives of all the people, all the organizations will be part of global organization. There will be only 3 representatives from Sri Satya Sai Central Trust. Then rest of it from Indian organization and international organization. International organization has a little more, the country-wise, it is a lot of countries. So we said maybe all zone chairs can come into Global Council. And there were certain points which are written about how to function and things like that. Mr. Nimesh Pandey immediately responded saying it's a very good idea. We should have a unified organization. And Dr. Narendra Reddy said, we need some time. We want to understand. Please hold on. But he did not give any response, but he was just telling, we'll come there and discuss. It was the 95th birthday of Bhagavan, 2020, November 23rd. And the Satya Sai Central Trust trustees felt that this is a initiative of unity. It is not for any breaking anybody or dismantling any organization. We said a initiative of unity. Why should be objected to by anybody? So we felt, even Dr. Reddy may not have any objection as far as having a global council, but he may have some issues how to work with it, what are the implementation processes, that we said, okay, we can always sit with him and we can discuss with him. So on 23rd November, it was decided by Satya Sai Central Trust that initiative of unity can be announced to the world, and that's how the announcement on 23rd November happened, that Sri Satya Sai Global Council has been formed. So after the announcement, Dr. Reddy again, he was speaking to me very regularly in the last 10 years. He has been speaking to me, and once in a week, 10 days, fortnight, we keep talking. So that time also he was regularly talking to me, and I was also calling him. In fact, I've been telling him, he said a lot of people are calling him, they're all confused, and they're decided by Satyasai Central Trust that initiative of unity can be announced to the world, and that's how the announcement on 23rd November happened, that Sri Satyasai Global Council has been formed. So after the announcement, Dr. Reddy, again, he was speaking to me very regularly in the last 10 years. He has been speaking to me once in a week, 10 days, fortnight. We keep talking. So that time also he was regularly talking to me, and I was also calling him. In fact, I've been telling him, he said a lot of people are calling him, they're all confused, and they're asking questions about it. I said, tell them there's no issue, you're handling it. You're a chairman of Satyasai International Organization. Let nobody worry it, and you're working on that, and you will get the clarity of that. There's no problem. And he asked me, no, I have on December 6th or so, he said, I'm meeting some of the important office bearers. I would like to know from you, is there any change of organization structure, organization functioning? I said, Dr. Narendra, there's no change in the structure, no change in the function of Satyasai International Organization. It's just that we are connecting together, we'll all together be based out of Prasanthi Nilayam. The Global Council will be based out of Prasanthi Nilayam. We will all be connected. That's all. No worries. You can tell your office bearers that there is no change in the function and the structure of the Satyasai International Organization. He said, okay, I will convey to them. I said, please convey. There's no issue. He, on December 8th, he wrote to the Central Trust and all the trustees that I have spoken to Managing Trustee Satyasai Central Trust, and he confirms that there is no change in the function, there is no change in the structure of Satyasai International Organization. The Managing Trustee of Satyasai Central Trust confirms. That is what he has written, and I have conveyed to all my office bearers. That was on December 8th. So much so, on that day, we started receiving letters from International Organization office bearers. From nowhere, just like that, from out of the blue, just we started receiving letters, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50, 100, 130 letters. We were quite surprised, and they're all saying we don't want Global Council. We had circulated this particular concept not only to the President of All India Organization and the Chairman, Dr. Narendra Reddy, but so many people from different places, from South America, from America, Europe, from New Zealand, from Australia, from Far East, Middle East, we're all from, everybody is writing, and 130 letters, and some of them are very not in a good taste, and the language was not good. They were almost very harsh and not respectable. So we were surprised why suddenly this thing happened. We were taken by surprise, because I have told him there is no change in the functioning, in the structure of Satyasai International Organization. And he confirmed back, on the same day we are getting these letters. From 8th to 11th, we got so many letters. And center chairmen, center presidents, young adult groups, everybody is writing and addressing trustees of Satyasai Central Trust and saying, somebody even told that we are committing a sin. This is the kind of language they were using. We are doing a hostile takeover. We were really, really hurt by that. Then we spoke to all the trustees, came together, discussed, and said this many letters have come. So they said maybe they are a little apprehensive about some disturbance coming to them, which they have not understood properly. Our intention is not that. We only want to connect everybody to Prasanthi Nilayam as directed by Swami, as as commanded by Swami. So then they authorized me as a managing trustee to write to everybody. That is the time when I have no choice but to write to all of them, saying that that's a letter which I wrote on December 12th. Maybe any one of you don't have, maybe we can even give you copies. Phil, I do not know if you have, you can also give to them, or I can also do that. So that's the first time we are writing to international organization about our intent. And I wrote a in fact, I went to Swami's altar, and 2 days it took me to just even, collect myself. I used to cry. What is that we have done that because we do not know we have taken the right step or we are in the right direction. This many reactions, so I really wrote from my heart saying that we have no intention of disturbing any one of you or your organizational structure, but it is only connecting to Prashanti, because Prashanti is our alma mater. Prashanti is our soul. So this is a place Avatar has chosen to come on this entire planet. The entire globe, Swami has chosen this Prashanti land. There is some reason. An Avatar has come, and he is from here. The entire world he has spread his message. So this place is charged with his divine energy, divine vibrations, divine love. So this is a place everybody should connect. It is not only devotees, even non-devotees can come here. So we said we want to make the Prashanti and Swami is the focus, and we are being misunderstood. And very surprisingly, in this entire 130 letters, what we found was that, some orchestration somebody is doing from behind. Because almost 50, 60 letters were same, verbatim, word to word. How can somebody in South America and somebody in Hong Kong, somebody from Africa can write same content, word to word? So nearly 50, 60 letters were same, verbatim, stereotype letters. So we were wondering, and that is the time all our apprehensions in the past, that they were not allowing people to come and meet us. There is some separation was being created. There is some wrong narrative is being done about Central Trust. I do not know. That's why people were hesitant to come. They were reluctant to come and see us, meet us. We do not know what was going on. So that those things got sort of we found maybe we felt that whatever we were thinking may be right, because the way they are reacting. We never expected that such kind of reaction will come from international organization office bearers who are, international organization has such a rigid protocols. It's like a police organization. They have protocols. They have such, they so strictly follow protocols. Now they break all the, even young adult leader writes to Central Trust directly. So there is something happening. So in fact, we thought, and we all of us met at how, without knowing to Dr. Narendra Reddy, how these are all coming. It cannot happen, because the people who are working every day with him also are writing. So without his permission, without his consent, it may not come. So we felt, maybe he's felt little threatened about this global council, and maybe he misunderstood us, or he thought maybe we may be infringing upon his perceived authority or power. We do not know what happened. So that's why I keep asking many times whenever I go for a Zoom call, I ask them, if Dr. Narendra Reddy had agreed and clicked for Global Council, what would have been international organizations' reaction? All of them would have followed. They wouldn't have asked. Today, there are hundreds of Zoom calls, letters are going up and down. That's why I keep asking them, if one Dr. Narendra Reddy had said, okay, he has seen the right intention of ours and said, okay, I will go with the Global Council because there is no change in the structure and functioning of international organization, we are not interfering with it. If we had seen that very clearly and clicked it, nobody would have, 130 countries wouldn't have been disturbed. Anyhow, we kept quiet, and we said, okay, maybe I wrote the letter and we were just silent. Let us see what is the reaction. Then they conducted their own, council meetings, and I think they have Zoom zonal chairs, and they have country central coordinators and some office bearers of Prashanti Council, World Foundation, maybe 25, 30 of them. They had a meeting, I understand, in a Zoom call, and because now last 1.5 years it's all virtual organizations, virtual meetings. Prashanti is not a virtual, no. Prashanti is for real. We have to take care of it real. There's a Prashanti. You can feel the Prashanti. You can touch Prashanti. It's not like so. We were busy with our own work. This pandemic was also there, and we had issues. But then they had a Zoom calls, and they were very agitated, and they were talking. In the process, one of them even sent me one video link of it, and they were saying very, very strong words. Somebody says it's a battle. It's a battle with whom? Somebody says it's a war. War against whom? Somebody says there will be bloodshed. Bloodshed in Satya Sai organization. You're talking even that word. So we were very disturbed. I said, but then when I saw that, and I was very disappointed, and it's kind of, people are drumming up, and maybe people who are around Dr. Reddy were maybe not giving him space to think, and they were always feeding things for him. I have no idea what was going on, but they were the kind of language they were speaking, and they were very aggressive, and as if, Satya Sai International Organization is owned by them. So that is the kind of reaction. And after that, they gave minutes of the meeting. Whatever they did, of course, they edited these things because they were talking in a Zoom call. And all those letters were being relayed to us by Leonardo Gutter. He keeps sending 2, 3 letters per day. So 10 days, he will keep on sending 2, 3 letters like that. Every day morning when we open, we have a set of 3 letters saying we don't want the Global Council, we don't agree with you, we don't. So every day, some 10 days, it will keep going. So then I discussed with our trustees, and I responded to Leonardo Gutter saying, whatever you're writing by yourself and sending all this, it is not correct. Dr. Narendra Reddy couldn't write whatever the entire organization feels. Why all of them are sending, and in fact, they were not thinking properly, I think so. Why Leonardo Gutter has to forward all the mails of others, what they were feeling, what they can send it. But he was relaying those things to us. So I wrote to Leonardo saying, brother, I don't know what is the compulsion to distort the truth, and maybe you need to little go back in your memory lane and say. And I had a document where Prashanti Council, which includes Leonardo himself, requesting Prashanti Satya Sai Central Trust to intervene to save the international organization from uncertain future. That's the language they used. And they wrote saying that Dr. Michael Goldstein has been asked to step down. That is the letter which they all wrote to us. And I said, see, then I said, just to refresh your memory, I am attaching this letter which you had written. They had written to Mr. Srinivasan, Mr. Giri, and myself. We were 3 trustees then. Out of 5, the elderly people were Mr. Indulal Shah and Mr. Bhagwati. They were past 80, and so we were formed a board of management. So 3 of us were in the board of management: Srinivasan, Mr. Giri, and myself. So they wrote to 3 of us. I said, see, just for refresh your memory, you are saying Dr. Goldstein should be continued. You have written to us. You have written to us saying that please interfere. You have written to Central Trust. Now you say Central Trust has no role anywhere, and you're acting as if you do not know what is Central Trust. So I wrote to him saying that Central Trust, how we settle their disputes and on their own request. And we have all the meetings and minutes and mails. So for that, maybe he did not answer me, but that was little bit, I had copied to zonal chairs also. At least zone chairs should know what is happening here. So after that, there was completely silence. And again, once Leonardo Guter wrote saying that we have discussed with all the people, all the stakeholders around the globe, but all of them have these 5 issues. What are the 5 issues? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is enumerated. Then we said, okay, let us clarify even that. When we formed a global council, he said 5 of these points have to be clarified. And then on February 14th, again, I wrote with the consent of the board of Sathya Sai Central Trust members that, clarifying each point. All the 5 I set forth and put it up. Then there was silence again. And suddenly, in the first week of April, Dr. Narendranath Reddy called one of our trustees. Leonardo Guter called one of our trustees again, one more trustee. We were very happy that they are all talking back, and after they started connecting back, maybe they have change of mind. We were very happy saying, okay, maybe they want to just, maybe they have thought through and they have come back. So our trustees again, they immediately said, okay, respond and say, let us have a Zoom call. Let us have, many times we requested for Zoom call from even December. They refused. So this time in April, again, our trustees, 2 of them wrote to Dr. Narendra Reddy, please let us have a face-to-face Zoom call. Bring your people. We also will be, Sathya Sai Central Trust members also will come. We'll speak face-to-face, and if you have any misconceptions, we are willing to clarify all the misconceptions. There is no answer. Suddenly, this time, Dr. Narendra Reddy started relaying again, like Mr. Guter, 2 letters, 3 letters, again, same set of people. This time they're saying why they don't want Zoom call, why they don't want to go with the Zoom call with Central Trust. And this was very harsh this time, because a body such as Central Trust, which is authored by Bhagwan himself, and Swami himself was a member of Sathya Sai Central Trust, is the apex body in Sathya Sai, all the institutions. It is the one which holds all the institutions, and based out of Prashanti Nilayam. And they are requesting, the trustees are requesting for a Zoom call with Sathya Sai International Organization. They are rejecting. And I don't know what kind of language they have used. Earlier, the 130, they were all mixed. These 30 people were there, and a lot of others were there. This time, only these people, 15, 20 people or 25 people. Even them, they're all senior people using such language. Senior office bearers of Prashanti Council and International Organization using that kind of language. We were quite stunned. So we said that this is leading us to nowhere. In fact, I don't wish to, but if anybody says, anybody sees what they have written, nobody will appreciate. You have no right to write such things to Sathya Sai Central Trust. Nobody should write like that. First throw away managing trustee for a Zoom call. Is it done? They are asking, they are writing like that. We are folk tongue people. We are snakes. Senior people are saying this. Where is spirituality? What did you learn from Swami? You keep on saying dharma, love, divine, Lord. What did you learn? Is only just using Swami for your own position, your own chairs. Where is Swami? Where is Satya? Where is Sai in Satya Sai organization, international organization? They're using that language. We are folk tongue people. It means double tongue. Instead of calling us snakes, lizards, they are calling this. Maybe if it's required, I will send you across sometime. Because now they have requested for a Zoom call after all this. So we will wait for that. But one thing I can tell you, Global Council is formed. It is for good. It is not because Ratnakar wanted it or Central Trust wanted to assert power. What is the power which we assert? What do we take over? Take over from where? Is it a different mission, different organization to take over? It's a part of us. We are all together. Where is the question of takeover, hostile takeover? Where is a hostile takeover? Takeover of what? Can we take over devotees? Can we take over volunteers? How can we do it? And no, they want power. They want to grab power. How can we grab power? What power we have? Today, International Satya Sai Organization India has signed up with Global Council. Out of 3, 2 already are together. The Indian organization constitutes 95% of Sai mission on the planet. Now Nepal has joined, so many countries have joined. You saw UK joined, entire Middle East have joined, so many countries, so more than 500 centers have joined. So what is the power we have? Indian organization, we don't interfere with them. We have mutual respect, mutual trust. They discuss, they talk. Nobody orders, nobody bosses, nobody says anything to them. Mr. Nimesh Pandya, when we said the president of All India Organization, we floated the Global Council. Within a few hours, he had already clicked the Global Council and registered. In fact, I called him and said, he sent me a message, I have registered on a Global Council. I just called him, Nimesh Bhai, how are you? And I saw you. He said, Ratnakar, why do we need time to click for Prashanti, to connect to Prashanti? Where else we will go? What else we do? It is a blasphemy to not to connect to Prashanti being a Sai organization member. He said, I don't need anybody to guide me on this. I don't need to discuss this thing. This is, everybody should be connected to Prashanti Nilayan. The person who holds 95% of who is heading a 95% of Sai organizations. The number-wise they are big, the volunteer base is very big. Whereas in last 10 years, Satya Sai International Organization has had constructed, it has come down. It had from 2024 to 2034 centers to 1700 centers. You had reduced in your size. The number of people visiting centers had reduced. But here, this gentleman says, without Prashanti, I have no existence. Prashanti is my place, my divine father, divine mother's place. We all should connect. Where is the question? Why do I need to even debate, discuss, and all this? Where is it coming from? So he clicked it within few hours. When you have Swami in your heart, why you doubt? You think Swami will let you down? If had Narendra Reddy had clicked, you think Swami would have done so? Swami will protect when you're genuinely working for him. Is Satya Sai Central Trust, are we so insensitive to just ignore all what you're doing? Will we do anything that will disrespect anybody in this? Not to forget about International Organization Chairman. Any Sai devotee, why will we disrespect? If we disrespect, it is disrespecting Swami. Where do we see Swami today? We see in each other. The Swami lives in each other's heart. We have to see Swami in each other. We can only love each other so that we love Swami. We can only see each other, respect each other only so that we respect Swami. How can they simply disconnect like that? Now, having done that, now when they gave that kind of a very rejected us, saying that refused and rejected even to meet us on a Zoom call, we have to form, and we had already committed, we know what Swami wanted it and Swami's direction. So we said, okay, let us form a global council. Then the people said, you have to give a structure. If you tell international organization, we're having a global council, then they will be confused how to go about it, how to connect it. That's why hurriedly we wrote all that entire structure and how it works, and we have to bring in forth the entire global council structure. That's how it started working. Now a lot of people have joined. It is not in our interest to disturb any Sai organization. Why on earth Satya Sai Central Trust will disturb anybody, any Sai organization, Sai Center, any Sai National Council, any country? It is against our interest. When Sai mission flourishes, that is the thing which we enjoy. We don't enjoy disturbing Sai mission, dividing Sai mission. No. People are just giving motives. This is the initiative of Ratnakar. No. It is not an initiative of Ratnakar. How all trustees will agree if I alone want it? All of them. It's not overnight we have taken this kind of decision. We have mulled over it, thought over it, and we have done a lot of homework, research, everything. So they started going to Zoom calls, and they're going on, spreading misinformation, saying that we want their money. One zone chair says they want international organization money. That's why they want to grab international organization. What do I say to them? What money you can replace other than Bhagavan himself, who is the master and who said, I will be always in Prashanti Nilayam. When we have Bhagavan himself, you said, I will always be in Prashanti Nilayam. What money you can give to us? Can any billions and trillions match him? What are we talking? Means we lost and we started talking this kind of language. Okay, then I said, okay, let me just check and see what is that they have done. 2011 to 2021, 10 years, 120 months. I was also shocked. I was thinking they are really supporting a lot of it. When I asked the Central Trust Finance Department to give me the details, I was surprised. The total amount they have in 120 months, they have contributed from Satya Sai Society of America and the World Foundation is $2.97 million, less than $3 million. Our expenditure per month comes to $2 million. Satya Sai Central Trust spends on institutions, hospitals, universities, schools, every month nearly $2 million. For 120 months, what could be the expenditure? I checked up that also. Our expenditure is $230 million. And what is the contribution of Satya Sai International Organization? $2.97 million. $2.97 million against $230 million. It's a maybe 1%, 1.1%. Now they say we are taking over for their money. See the narrative. And they say Ratnakar wants to be Azhar Bing, he wants to grab power. What power I will get over Phil and Vera if they disconnect now? What power I can get from any one of you if you walk out? Can I say, no, you have to stay put here? It's a myth that we are even thinking of power and authority staying in these seats. managing trustee of Sathya Sai Central Trust, this seat is not of power, not of influence, not of lobby. This seat is power of servitude. This seat is power of service. This seat is meant for service, not meant for authority. Sathya Sai Organization India, the Nimesh Pandya president, that seat of service is not of a power and influence. So is the Sathya Sai International Organization chairman. It's a seat of service, not of authority and power. Why they are getting the basics wrong? The UK meeting was going on. Dr. Narendra Reddy was addressing, and somebody in the chat box posed a question. Why don't you join Global Council? I think one more office bearer, Mr. Ganguly, he said immediately, he posted there, it seems, and they sent me a screenshot saying, we don't want to be controlled by Ratnakar. So your narrative of Swami said that, Swami said this, and all that is wrong then. You are saying we don't want to be controlled by Ratnakar. Then what are you saying that Swami did that, Swami started this? That is all only just using for devotee's sake. But your intention is not that. You don't want to be controlled by Ratnakar, but you want to control entire international organization. No, sometimes the truth comes out. And how did they see that I am going to control them? Even in Sathya Sai Central Trust, I am bound by the trustees. Nothing I can do on my own. There are certain guidelines. There are certain guidelines. Everybody, in any organization, there are some do's, don'ts, there are limits, there are contours for your functioning. I have some certain responsibilities, certain decisions. Any financial decisions I cannot take on my own because it's a devotee's money. And there are so many checks and balances. Even if I want to buy a printer for my computer, there is a process. It may cost $100, but there is a process. I can't simply order and say, get it tomorrow. I can get it tomorrow, but there is a process. When I requisition, the purchase committee will ask vendor, then they go to finance person, then he says, okay. Then, they place an order, get it, and the invoices are given. Which printer is good, they will all verify. All that they will do. And it comes with 3 signatures, and finally for release it comes to me. And every check is signed by 2 trustees. Minimum 2 trustees out of 4. Any 2 of 4. So the checks and balance is not now. Swami has created such a wonderful trust. Not a single rupee. Everything is digital. Even the watchman, the gardener, their salary is also going to bank. Nobody handles here anybody's money here. To the anybody's salary, even it can be doctors, it can be highest professors, it can be anybody, including the gardener. And the first, it is just goes to the accounts. Swami has created such a robust system. So, simply without knowing the facts, saying they are taking money, they are taking, embezzling the money. How? It's so wrong to what? Then what are we following Swami's teachings? Without knowing, we are blaming. And our own people who are working 24/7, we are working for dedicating and working here. It's not that easy to be all the time 24 hours to be here to work. And we keep doing that, and people around carelessly, irresponsibly keep blaming and abusing us. I don't know, everybody should go to altar of Swami and ask this question. Swami will guide. It is not Reddy or Ratnakar. It is not SSIO versus SSCT. It is Swami we need to speak to. It is Swami who has to guide us. If we don't connect to Prashanti Nilayam, how will this organization last? Dr. Reddy, Prashanti Council, they all have been seen Swami, talked to Swami, been with Swami. They have been in such a Prashanti Nilayam, seen Central Trust. What is the Central Trust members? What is the importance of Central Trust? The entire Prashanti and entire institutions are, in a very legal terms, are owned by Satya Sai Central Trust. They know the importance of Central Trust. Swami being the Central Trust. Today they say, we are independent, we don't care Satya Sai Central Trust, we don't recognize Central Trust. Tomorrow, after people who have seen Swami only are asking us, tomorrow when people who have not seen Swami comes, so today they have said we don't recognize Central Trust, tomorrow they say we don't know who is Swami. How are we going to make sure that these things do not happen in future? Now we have seen Swami. The future generations, how will they relate to Prashanti Nilayam? Is it not our responsibility to connect them? I am not eternal. I cannot be here forever. Neither Nimesh Pandey nor Dr. Narendranath Reddy. He is not. He is already 10 years. He has been a chairman. He's past 70 years. Sometime he may decide to retire. Then what happens next? Or for whatever reason, if tomorrow is not available, then what happens? We need an institutional mechanism. It's very important that we all connect to Prashanti Nilayam. And it is not my direction or anybody's direction. It is Swami's direction. That is why we have been telling that we have to be questioned. It is why we have not done so far. It is not why we are doing now. We have already delayed this. So, Satya Sai Global Council is a uniting effort. In the process, maybe I will just give you a couple of things which they go on telling. I think somebody wrote to me saying they have certain issues. And they say, very, very, flimsy grounds. Maybe they say, that's what I have explained, power, dominance, Indian. There's nothing like Indian dominance over Western countries or anywhere else. That way Swami himself was an Indian. But how he broke the barriers of all the countries. Still we are holding that, then we are narrow-minded. Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, whole humanity is a family. How can we again go back into that? Whenever we want, we use Swami's discourses, Swami's quotes. Whenever we don't want, we use something else. Conveniently. Which is not correct. Which is not Sai way. We all should ask whether we are really truly Swami's devotees. Are we doing the right thing? Is it right for Leonardo Gutter to go on and record video and call Central Trust blatant liars and upload it on an official organization website? Is it right? Now, what did you learn from Swami? Nothing. You have not done anything. You are saying Ratnakar wants power, Ratnakar wants money, he wants to be dictator, is that, is this. He has a posters outside, he has got property outside. It's the non-issues you are talking. I am born here. My family is from here, Puttaparthi, Prashanti Nilayam. How you have your own houses in your own places? Should I not have my own house in Puttaparthi? I have my father, my mother. We are born here. My great-grandparents, everybody was born here. I am from this place. So it's all very, very non-issues they divert. How much money I have taken? Where did... is it possible to take from Satya Sai Central Trust? Let anybody... See, there is an audit. Every year there's audit. The government audits is one of the most transparent and best practices followed trust in the country. One of the best practices that are adopted by any trust in the country. We are one of the most transparent trusts in the country. There are maybe many, but very few are so transparent like you, like us. We publish our annual report every year. It has so much checks and balances. There is no question of any because we don't think in that line. First of all, I do not know where they get these ideas, because they are, see, this is a projection. What is inside only you can project and see outside. This is called projection in psychology, because they are uncertain and insecure. They will throw it up on others. The man who is chain smoker keeps telling smoking is a bad habit. He'll keep on saying, because the problem is with him. So we find it very difficult to say, difficult even why this comes into kind of money issues come. Money, power, grab, control. Where is this? What control we can exercise on devotees? So they are not able to explain these things properly, because they don't have a logical explanation. Now they say 2006 is the final word of Swami. I said maybe if it is true, why not let us, I did little homework and research, because it was in Sanatana Sarthi, they said. Then I found very surprisingly, it is, I saw international organization, there is only one page saying that Swami's benediction and things like that. I said, if Swami has said something, we should not disobey or flout that. So I went and saw into Sanatana Sarthi. I looked up the Sanatana Sarthi. It very clearly says there is 2 pages, and it's by Dr. Michael Goldstein, because he became a World Foundation chairman in 2006. So he published it. It seems he asked Chakravarti sir permission. Then he was secretary. He said, okay. So he had instructed Mr. Rajan, and Rajan published it. That World Foundation is formed, and it is under the signature of Dr. Michael Goldstein. I was wondering if it is a Swami's discourse and Swami has said something like that, we should not go and disturb anything. Let me see what it is. It is not so. And there are other, then as and when I was going through the documents and discussing with senior people here, more and more evident it's coming that, they are giving half truths, and they're not allowing the complete information to be given to people. The World Council was, Swami abandoned World Council, so why they are doing Global Council? I said, okay, let me just check it up. Swami said today World Council is closed. Then Swami says each country should connect to Prashanti Nilayam. Each country should have a organization like India, and they all should report to Prashanti Nilayam. Swami's own discourse. I don't know why they forgot that. I'll just tell you how it is. Very, very off truths, and I do not know what is the need for them to do this. This is a discourse.
మరొక విషయము, వరల్డ్ కౌన్సిల్ అనేటువంటి ఒక పేరుతో పూర్వం జరిగేటువంటిది. ఏదో అప్పుడు కొద్దిగా జనములు ఉండటం చేత దాన్ని ఆ విధమైనటువంటి దీంతో అనుసరించడానికి అవకాశం చిక్కేది. ఇప్పుడు విదేశాల్లో కూడా చాలా భారతదేశం కంటే అధికంగా పెరిగిపోయినాయి. ఈ బాధ్యత అంతా కూడా ఒక వ్యక్తిగా సాధించడం అంటే వీలు కాదు. కనుక భారతదేశానికి అంతా కూడా ఒక్క ప్రెసిడెంట్ గా మనం ఒకటి పెట్టుకొని వివిధ దేశాలకు ఆయా దేశానికి తగినట్టుగానే వారికే అయ్యే బాధ్యత అప్పచెప్పి ఈ వరల్డ్ కౌన్సిల్ అనేటువంటి దాన్ని ఈనాడు తీసివేశాం. కనుక ఈ పేరుతో ఇంకా నచ్చదు. ఆయా దేశం వారు అక్కడ కూడా మన భారతదేశంలో ఉన్నట్టుగా 5-6 మంది చేరటము, ఆ యొక్క దేశం యొక్క బాధ్యత, ఆ వాతావరణానికి తగినట్టుగా, వారి పద్ధతికి తగినట్టుగా వారు చేసుకుంటూ పోవటం చాలా మంచిది. అయితే ఎవరి పాటికి వారు మొదలుపెట్టి చేస్తే ఇది అస్తవ్యస్తంగా మారిపోతుంది. కనుక అక్కడ నుంచి కూడా అక్కడ జరిగేటువంటి యొక్క పద్ధతుల గురించి మన ఇండియాకు తెలుపుతూ రావాలి. భారతదేశంలో ఏ ఏ పద్ధతులను అనుసరిస్తున్నామో వారి వారి దేశకాల పరిస్థితుల ప్రభావాన్ని గురించి వారు కూడా ఆ పద్ధతులు కొంచెం వరకు అభివృద్ధి పరచుకోవాలి. కనుక అక్కడి నుంచి కూడాను ఈ ఇండియాకు ఆ పరిస్థితులు తెలపాలి. ఆ ఆఫీస్ ఇప్పుడు ప్రశాంతి నిలయం ఆఫీసు. ఈ విధమైనటువంటి మార్పులు చేయడం దేని వల్లనంటే కేవలము ఒక అభివృద్ధిగా అందుతున్నటువంటి ఒక స్థాయి సంస్థలను మరింత ఉత్సాహం పరిచే నిమిత్తమై కొన్ని మార్పులు చేయవలసిందే కానీ వేరు కారణాలు మీరు ఏమాత్రం కూడా చింతించకండి. కనుక మీరు వేరు భావాలు పెట్టుకొని ఏదేదో అనవసరమైనటువంటి మాటలతో కాలాన్ని వ్యర్థం చేయటమే కాకుండా సంస్థల యొక్క పేరుతో తీసుకుని ఏమాత్రం కూడా మీరు హానికరం చేయించకూడదు. అందరూ ఒక్కటి, అందరూ దైవ బిడ్డలుగా ఉంటుండాలి.
See, what Swami is saying is, I'll just read the translation. There's one other matter. Hitherto, we have had a world council. As there were smaller number of devotees, it was possible to have it that way. Now the Sai centers have grown on large scale in overseas countries, more than in India. Therefore, it is not possible for an individual to shoulder the entire responsibility. Hence, we have appointed a president for the Indian organization and given the responsibility of overseas organizations to the respective countries and discontinued the World Council from today. It is better that each country, just like in India, 5 or 6 people can join together and run their organization in accordance with their culture and environment. However, if too much freedom is given, it may lead to chaos and confusion. Therefore, they should report the happenings there to India time to time. Whatever activities and methods are adopted by the Indian organization must be emulated to the extent possible by the overseas organization, keeping in view their own place, time, and situation in their countries. All their activities must be informed to India. Now that office is at Prashanti Nilayam, which is the head office. These changes are implemented only in order to give more encouragement and support to the Sai organizations, which are spreading far and wide. Do not search for any other reasons. Let there be no misunderstandings in this regard. Don't waste your time in unnecessary talk and ensure that the reputation of Sai organization is not damaged in any way. All are one and all of you should live like children of God. This is exactly what Swami said. If you want, I will send this text also. This is what Swami is saying. Each country should have their own council and they all should report to Prashanti Nilayam. He closed the council, but then he also, after closing the council, how the organization should be, he has already described it. He has given a direction on that also. There's one more discourse on which Swami says,
ఇక్కడ మరికొన్ని సందేహాలంతా కూడా కొంతమందికి కలత పెట్టుకుంటారు. ఇంటర్నేషనల్ అనేటువంటి దీని లోపల మనము యావత్ ప్రపంచం యొక్క సత్యసాయి సంస్థల యొక్క కార్యకర్తల యొక్క భావాలను కొంతమంది చక్కగా అర్థం చేసుకోవటం లేదు. వరల్డ్ కౌన్సిల్ అనేటువంటి వారి యొక్క సంబంధ బాంధవ్యాన్ని కూడా వారు చక్కగా గుర్తించడం లేదు. కొన్ని దేశములకు ప్రత్యేకించినటువంటి ఒక ప్రతినిధిని మనం నియమించుకోవాలని ప్రయత్నం చేస్తున్నాం. ఈ ప్రతినిధిని ఏ రీతిగా నియమించాలి, ఎవరు నియమించాలి, దీనికి మరికొంతమంది కూడా కొన్ని ఆపోహలు ఉన్నాయి. అక్కడ ఉన్నటువంటి భక్తుల లోపల వారి యొక్క ఆశయాలను ఆధారం చేసుకుని భక్తుల యొక్క ఇచ్చ ప్రకారమే అక్కడ సెలక్షన్ కావాలి అంటారు. ఈ విధమైనటువంటి యొక్క కల్చర్ ప్రారంభమైతే ఇది క్రమక్రమేణా ఒక పాలిటిక్స్ అంటారు చూడండి, అక్కడ కొన్ని రకమైన ఎలక్షన్ గా తయారవుతుంది. ఈ ఎలక్షన్ లోపల ప్రేమలు పూర్తి కూడా చచ్చిపోతాయి. నిజముగా మనము ప్రేమను పెంచుకోవాలంటే ఎలక్షన్ లో మనం దిగకూడదు, సెలక్షన్ లో ఉండాలి. ఆ సెలక్షన్ సెంట్రల్ టెస్ట్ ద్వారా పోవాలి. ఎవరికెవరు వారికి వారు పోటాడుకొని వారికి వారి కలహములు పెంచుకొని విభాగముల చేత అనేక రకమైనటువంటి విషయాన్ని తర్కించుకోవటానికి ప్రయత్నించకూడదు. ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా, నిజముగా సత్యసాయి సంస్థల యందు ఎట్టి పవిత్రమైన భావాలు ఉంటున్నాయనేటువంటిది లోకం కూడా గుర్తిస్తూనే ఉంటుండాలి. సామాన్యమైనటువంటి సంసారం కనుక కేవలం మానవ మాత్రులుగా ఉండటం చేత ఏదో కొంతమంది తప్పులు చేస్తూ ఉండవచ్చు. అంత మాత్రం చేత సంస్థలకు ఏమాత్రం కూడా దెబ్బ తగలదు. నిజంగా సత్యసాయి సంస్థలు చేస్తున్నటువంటి త్యాగము వర్ణనాతీతం.
This is a discourse which Swami gave. I'll just read the translation. At this juncture, there are a few doubts that are tormenting people. Some are unable to understand the feelings of the active workers of Sri Satya Sai organization worldwide. They are unable to recognize their relationship with the World Council. We are making efforts to appoint a representative head in each of the overseas countries. What should be the method of appointment of this representative head? Who should appoint? Some people have certain misgivings. They feel that based on the aspirations of the devotees in particular place and as per their liking, they can select their own representative. But if misunderstandings crop up between groups, eventually this will transform into an election system based on politics. In such elections, love will be completely dead. If we wish to develop love, we must not get into election, but opt for selection. That selection must be through Sri Satya Sai Central Trust. Devotees should not quarrel, stoke controversies, and should not try to indulge in unnecessary debates and arguments. Embodiments of love, truly the pure and sacred feelings that are present in Satya Sai organization, are being noticed and recognized by the world. Being normal humans, leading a worldly life, it is possible that a few may commit mistakes, but those stray acts will never hurt the organization. Truly, the sacrifice done by Satya Sai organization is beyond description. This is Swami says, where he clearly says, you should keep Satya Sai Central Trust in loop. This is the exact what Swami wanted. After listening to all this, after going through various discourses and texts and conversations of Swami, we said it is important that, we link to Prashanti Nilayam as directed by Swami. Many people ask why Swami did not connect Satya Sai International Organization, Satya Sai Central Trust. I have also, when that question was asked, I have discussed with the elders. I said, sir, there is a question like this. What is the possible? I had one answer, but I said, let me just discuss with them. Then they said, Swami was the sole trustee of Satya Sai Central Trust. So he was in the capacity of a trustee that he was doing all these works. He was a sole trustee from 1970 to 2011. So when trust formed, it is a trust duty. So he was doing as a trustee. Swami, sir told me it is Swami never did anything out of law, out of ambit of law. So I think we must abide by whatever Swami wanted it, Swami desired. And my answer, when I thought over what was my answer, these two discourses were being given to the organization office bearers of the International Sai Organization. The International Sai Organization office bearers meeting, Swami is telling, connect to Prashanti Nilayam. They're already sitting in Prashanti Nilayam. Why did Swami himself is telling connect to Prashanti Nilayam? So that is for future guidance, according to me. That is what I feel. Because they were already in Prashanti Nilayam. Why is he telling them, you all should always be connected to Prashanti Nilayam? That is the guidance which Swami was giving. That is the direction he was giving. Now and even in future. Why was he himself was a sole trustee in Satya Sai Central Trust? Why was he saying that you all should go to Satya? It is automatically it is going through him. Everybody is seeking his advice. Why was he was emphasizing that you should go through Satya Sai Central Trust? He was only giving guidance and direction for future. So we should not ignore these directions of Swami, and Swami said, and misinterpreting. If you don't interpret, it's okay. If you don't understand, it's okay. We should not misinterpret and give half-truths. So in this background, we have come this far, and today, that's why we formed the Global Council and Sri Satya Sai Global Council, headquartered in Puttaparthi. Today, Dr. Narendranath in California. Tomorrow, if somebody some chairman comes from Paris, what happens? Whole international organization headquarters change to Paris. If it goes to London, will it change to London? If it comes to Germany, will it come to Germany? What are we planning? So we need some continuity. We need the integrated organization. This is, and Swami has very clearly has mentioned about all this. That's why we embarked on this initiative of Global Council. But it is completely misunderstood. And they did not come for clarification. They started abusing us. They're saying we don't care Satyasai Central Trust, we don't recognize Satyasai Central Trust. What should we do? So in this background, that is why we said, okay, now we have already formed the Global Council. A lot of people started joining, and a lot of people are interested to come. And most of them, all of them will come. So when I put out that note, they said Ratnakar is threatening. Where am I threatening? Whom am I threatening? Can I threaten any devotee? They're saying they're not allowing Satyasai International Organization people to participate in any, they're not allowing them to Prashanti Nilayam. Where did we say we don't allow them into Prashanti Nilayam? Again, it's a false narrative. How can we disallow anybody into a place of prayer or place of worship? Avatar come for humanity, not only for Satyasai organization. There are millions of devotees who are not office bearers, who are outside organization. They all come. Even non-devotees can come into Prashanti Nilayam. Anybody can come into Prashanti Nilayam. We are not saying you should not come into Prashanti Nilayam. If you are SSIO, we have no problem if you have an issue. All what we are saying is any programs, any bhajans, any of conferences, that will be only from Global Council. That's all we said. We did not say Satyasai International Organization people will be banned or barred from entering Prashanti. No, we never said. You can come, you can go to accommodation office. If the accommodation office is free, you will get accommodation. Otherwise, you have to stay outside in a hotel. You can come into Kulwant Hall, go into regular lines. You can sit in a devotees block. You can have all that. Enjoy Swami's blessings, take all that vibrations, and you are happy, you go. Only we said those who with the Global Council will we have the permission to present any programs or conduct any conferences. That is what we have said. Even any preferences for accommodation, that is what we said. What is wrong in that? The Indian organization has 550 districts and they have 31 states. If we give them entire year, it is not enough. In fact, to cover entire Indian organization, they take complete 2 years plus. All this while we were rationing it, we were cutting them down to accommodate international organization. Because our own programs, regular birthday program, Guru Purnima program, Shivratri program, so many programs are there. Festivals are there, Christmas is there. So we barring that, the rest of the time, if we have to give to all of them, we say, okay, only this much is available slots for Indian organization. Now tomorrow, the people from Indian organization, which are a Global Council, so many people are coming. Where do we have slots? Why should we even think of anybody who doesn't recognize Satyasai Central Trust or Global Council? The distance between your house to my house is the same as distance between my house to your house. This is simple logic, right? You don't recognize us, you don't respect this Satyasai Central Trust, you don't recognize Global Council, you are writing and circulating. We don't recognize Global Council. So what do? We never denied it. This is a place of avatar. I'm again telling you, even not only devotees, not only organization office bearers, even non-devotees can come here to seek Swami's blessings. Avatars come for humanity, for mankind, not for organization. Definitely, we will have that restricted to only Global Council. There's no doubt about it. Let it be very clear. The presentation of any program will be only restricted to Global Council. There's no problem there. So in this whole, whatever we have so far told you, in this background today, we are standing. There's no other reason. There's no need for us to boss over anybody or take over somebody or want their money or want to be dictators. How can we be dictators? In a spiritual organization, how would you even think like this? Satya Sai Central Trust is not owned by Ratnakar, nor Indian organization owned by Nimesh Pandey, nor international organization is owned by Dr. Narendranath Reddy. We will all move on. Tomorrow somebody else will be here. So we need an institutional mechanism to connect all of us. So that's what we are doing. And it is only for fulfilling that Swami's directive. Nothing else. People are giving a lot of colors. It's a power struggle. You have that in mind. So you are seeing all that. We don't have anything. Our heart is very clean and clear. There's no problem. We are very clear about it. Now you are fighting Central Trust, going on Zoom calls, calling us liars, calling us all sort of things. I ask you one question. Why this deal was not there when Mudunalli was coming into international organization domain? Why you did not do it? You should have conducted Zoom calls then. You should have called all your centers, call your presidents of all councils. You should have talked to your central coordinators. Stop all this. Why are you doing this? They did not do, just not absolutely passively, they overlooked everything. Why? What is the reason? That was also Swami's, then also it was Swami's organization. Organization was taking a beating. You know what all they did. Why were you not feeling then that you're being divided? That is a real division. We are only uniting and you're attacking and abusing us. The Satya Sai Central Trust, which is the legacy holder of Bhagavan. How means it is a completely unacceptable. So I think we all should think, and I am not trying to tell all of you should, all of us should go through and think and mull over it and pray to Swami, ask him to guide, pray for his guidance. He will definitely tell you what is the correct way. Swami in discourse he has said, if anybody asks you, have you seen God? Tell them, yes, you have seen, and he is in Puttaparthi. He said, I have given my word to Mother Ishwaramma that I will not leave Puttaparthi, and I will never leave Puttaparthi. The entire mission will be growing from here only. He has spoken that. He said a tree cannot be uprooted often and then again planted somewhere else. It will die. A plant should grow the place where it is already born. So much we heard, so much we want. Is a talk of spirituality is only for words? Are we not practicing anything? Swami said, never. And you're talking ill of Prashanti Nilayam and Central Trust. I was shocked somebody saying Prashanti Nilayam place of adharma. How could you say being Sai devotee? So these are all causes. I think now it's more and more gives us sort of satisfaction that we are in the right direction, because when we see so many reactions, maybe it is Swami's wish. If Dr. Narendra Reddy simply said a global council is okay, we wouldn't have known so much of damage has happened. Maybe it is Swami's will that he is not allowing this thing to happen so quickly, so that everybody knows what is the actual picture. So it is very important for all Sai devotees to just, go into altar room, sit with Swami and just pray for his guidance. I'm sure he will guide you the right way. Phil, I think I have given quite exhaustive account, and if any questions, I can throw it open. You decide how we want to go about it. I am here. Any question, please don't hesitate. Any question I am willing to answer to the best of my ability. No issue.
Well, first of all, thank you very much. This was very inspiring. So for the questions, yes, if you just raise your hand if you have a question, or put it in the chat. I think we have some time for some questions.
Yeah, you can do that. Anybody having any question?
And as for what
See, we are here with Swami only to lose all these egos and lose all our these kind of tendencies. We should not develop them coming here. See, if we come here to lose them, so that we become humble. We become like Swami is to be so humble. Swami is to be very loving. He talked to everybody so lovingly. He loved us, all of us, so much, and we should learn. See, if we don't learn the humility, the God personification, the avatar himself, he had so much of power, so much of attraction, so much of the soul was so energetic and so vibrant, but he was always so lovingly talking, so softly, so nicely, so beautifully. Why we need to have any arrogance and ahankar, and why should we? I think, if they don't follow that, I think, we would have missed the great lessons of life,
Yes.
Okay,
Correct.
anybody else? Phil, anybody else? Anybody?
I would like to congratulate this great idea of having a global council for all of us, so that the Indian organizations, the Central Trust, and the organizations from all over the world are able to come together and sit at the same table and be together and have dialogue with each other. I think that is something what we have not had since many, many years. And I remember the time when Indulal Shah was still there, and these years when we had once a year at least the possibility to meet all of you. And this is something what I'm really looking forward, that people in our area from all the West are able to come together and be united. As unity is something what Swami was teaching, and not power games and not being controlled, but like to control others. That is something what we really look forward to, an open, transparent relationship where people can freely come together, open up their hearts, and join the place which is our all home. Swami said, Prashanthi Nilayam is your home. Absolutely. And nobody would love to go to, I don't know, at least I don't know anybody who would like to go to America to have pilgrimages there. I think Swami made Prashanthi Nilayam our home and the headquarters. And this is the place where we all can meet, could meet, and will be able to meet when Swami wishes so. And Definitely. So I'm very happy that you started this initiative to bring us together. And the fact that not many people are at the moment in European area very strong for it is because of the leadership. Please don't misunderstand that fact, because they are not allowed to come forward and tell that their heart is beating in Prashanthi Nilayam. They will come. They don't want to split up to become a sect. They want to come home and stay there. Be confident. I'm sure it will be with Swami's blessing.
Swami's pull is so high. Nobody can.
Nobody.
Nobody can stop it.
Yes, that's how it is. I think we should thank you very, very much that you have your spare time used here with us after a long time you had already with your responsibilities in the institutions and in the hospitals and all what you have to do all day long. I think we admire your efforts all very much and are happy that the Central Trust is an organization with such a transparency, what we have not seen in some of the foundations in the West here as well. But you show where you spend the money, and I think money is not at all a topic in this idea of love and serve. This is what should be on the surface in our focus. And for this, we really can join hands. If we look at this beautiful Indian organization with so many sevakas who are supporting the goals of Swami in the villages and in the ashram, in a way we would never ever be able to do so if we would take all the Western countries together. We would not be able to take over 1 month. And I'm so happy that they do this in such a continuation and such a dedication, and make Puttaparthi, Prashanti Nilayam really our home. And thank you so much that you suffer all this.
Petra, how they do? Because they have love for Swami.
Yes.
See, when you have love for Swami, nothing else matters. Can I just take a minute? I'll tell you one story what Swami said.
Yes, please.
Can you help? See, there's a beautiful story Swami said. There was one person wanted to please God, and he wanted God to appear for him. He went for penance. He went into a forest. Then he chose a big boulder, big rock. And he said, because maybe some animals may disturb him, some snakes may come. So he chose a little big boulder and sat on that rock. And he meditated for so many years, 25, 30 years. He was doing meditation. He was really doing penance. So God appeared to him. This is a Swami told us when we were in school, in college, in a story. God appeared to him. And he said, okay, I am very happy that you have done this penance and prayer for so long. Now, what do you want? And he was thinking, then God said, okay, now you want me or you want reward for your penance? So this guy who was doing all this penance, he said, see, if I say I want you, he will say you have me and he will disappear. That will be, I wouldn't know how do I know I have him? And he will simply say, so be it, and he will disappear. I should not take that option. I should ask for reward for my penance. So he says, okay, God, I want a reward for my penance. And I don't want you, but I want reward for my penance. So I said, God said, oh, very good. You have taken a good choice. Fine. What do you want? And meanwhile, he hears a voice. I too participated in this effort of penance. I too have a say in this. Then they look around, that big boulder which was there, it is speaking to God. He says, God, I too have a role in this entire penance. God asked, what happened? He said, no, 30 years he sat over me and he prayed and you appeared. So there is some little bit of my share also in this. So you have to also give me. So God asked, do you want me or do you want reward for this? So the boulder asks, I want reward. Then God tells that man, let this boulder, let us finish this, then I will come to you. So ask boulder, okay, what is the reward you want? So boulder asks, 30 years this gentleman is sitting on me and every day praying. I want to sit on him for 30 minutes and then, then the moment he heard this, I want to experience how it feels to sitting on him for 30 minutes. This man started running away. Then see, we are all sitting on chairs, forgetting that we are doing service, we want that, we want this position, we want power, but we are not asking for Swami. that chair will sit on us and finish us. Don't get attached to all this. That is what Swami said.
Thank you so much for sharing this beautiful story. Yeah.
Can I say something?
Yeah.
The mother of Satya Sai, she asked Baba, stay in Puttaparthi. Here is the place for the entire world to have peace, Prashanti Nilayam. And Swami obeyed his mother.
Yes.
How can we be so selfish to not recognize that? We must know that in the world there are people who recognize God within, and the other are not. They are not in their development, spiritual development. They can at that moment recognize, and it is because of that there will be always problems. The Prashanti Nilayam stay always the place where we can go for pilgrimage, when we can experience his energy, when we can experience happiness and peace. He told me in my dreams, I know it. I know Baba for 30 years, and he, yeah, it is beyond our understanding. And if you feel, if you are pure by heart and you feel his energy inside, then the people who can that, we are, Atma is everywhere. We are united by the Atma, and Baba is the Paramatma.
Yes, absolutely. You're right. So well said.
Thank you very much for your work that you are doing for in India and for the organization and for the world. It is, we must surrender. We must surrender and put into the practice the human values in this Satya Sai education, in the organization. I was also national coordinator of Satya Sai organization at the time. So I have always protect Baba's name. It is very, very. He is so dear to me.
Yes.
My whole life is, I am devoted to him till I will die.
So wonderful. So nice talking to you, Sairam.
Sairam.
So considering the time in India and Brother Ratnakar's full schedule, I would suggest that we call it a day and give him some time.
Just read out for my hearing, what are the questions they've asked? Just read out quickly all of them.
Okay. One of the questions in the chat was that some people are worried that when the Global Council is taking over, that the rituals in the centers will change to be more Indian.
No. That's wrong, and we will not do that. Yes. Only one thing which we may think of it is, it will be specific to you. It will not be common to entire international organization. You say, for example, somebody cannot put a photograph in Middle East. Somebody is not able to do it in Russia. It's okay. So it will be country specific. So we will not insist and make it common to everybody. Am I right? Is that okay? Is it? We will go by country specific. It will not be common for everybody, so that one brush we give to everybody. No.
Yeah.
Why should anybody? It's between you and Swami, the way you want to connect. Why anybody should give?
Yeah.
There is a center, definitely. There's nothing. Okay. Next, Phil, can
One
you
more,
just tell
one
me?
more, one more question. That the issue raised is that some people may never be able to go to Prashanti for whatever reason. So their Prashanti is their local center.
Correct.
And so that relates to the part and that the SSIO is an important part of their life and their relationship to Prashanti. I'm not sure I understand the question correctly.
He can join Global Council, he'll be part of Global Council, and still he can continue to be there. What is the issue?
I don't see a
Read it.
question.
Read it.
So, Saddam, thank you for your speech. Although I do not have any problem to understand your point of view organizing the Global Council, I have to point out that many devotees never had or never will be able to visit Prashanti Nilayam. For them, their Prashanti is their local Sai center, which is part of the SSSIO, and the idea that Prashanti should be the global center does not have the same value.
Okay. It's like this. See, the very starting point of Global Council was to just connect SSIO. But this Global Council structure, everything came into because they were refusing to come anywhere near us. So there's no issue for them. They are connected to Swami. That is more important for us. It is not SSIO or Global Council. If they are not able to travel to Prashanti Nilayam and they are going to Sai Center, it is not International Organization Center. It is Sai Center. Am I right? It is not Central Trust place you are coming. You are coming to Prashanti Nilayam. See, those who come, they don't come to Central Trust place. You come to Sai Prashanti Nilayam. See, if you go into any center in India, it is not SSSO center, it is Sai center. It's similarly there also. It is not SSIO center, it is Sai center. Your connect is with Swami, you continue to pray, there's no issue. Because you are not actively participating anything in SSIO, you are only praying to Swami going there into a Sai center. I think that should be okay. Because you are unable to come here.
Okay,
Then,
if there aren't any more questions, I would like to really thank Brother Ragnarkar for taking out the time and giving us all this important and new and I think very satisfying information about the how and when and why and where and for what purpose. I think this Zoom call has done exceptionally well. It has more than fulfilled my expectation. So thank you for doing this. Thank you.
Especially in these COVID times.
Yes, especially in this difficult time in India. We understand our prayers are with you.
Thank you, Phil. Thank you, Vera. Thank you, Petra. Thank you, Maria. Thank you for all of you. Thank you, Sairam.